I'm not thinking about what I'm doing.
Ooh. Didn't want to do that, did I?
And the mica's just gone right over the edge. What am I like? I don't want to get the mica in something I've just poured. But accidents happen. Hiya, welcome back to my channel. It's Wendy here from Toonpish Crafts and I hope you're doing okay. I was having a look at Facebook recently. I had 5 minutes to spare, which is very unusual for me. And a little post from a Facebook group called Resin Supplies Den popped up on my screen. Dennis had put up a little post saying, here's a complete kit for a very small amount of money. And he was inundated by people that wanted this kit. It contained absolutely everything you needed to make these little items. Now, on Remembrance Sunday, it's a big issue for a lot of generations that have lost people in conflict. It's not just World War I and World War II. It's a remembrance for anyone that lost their life in conflict. And poppies are a huge thing in the UK. I don't know if they are across the world, but poppy on a Remembrance Sunday is a big statement. And these little pins contain poppies. And I thought it would be great to make some poppies and give them out to friends for Remembrance Sunday. Now, I know it's a few months down the line. It's not until November and this is August. But you've got to think ahead, haven't you? You've got to be prepared to get the mould, to get working on it so that you're done. So I hope you enjoy this video. It's a small video on tiny pieces, that pins that I just think would be great to give to people for Remembrance Sunday. So let's have a look. So this is the complete kit that Dennis was sending out. And I also have 2 other little flower moulds that I got recently from Temu that I thought I'd add into this. The pins were in packs of 12, I think. So you had enough pin backs and pins for the entire amount in the moulds. I believe Dennis made these moulds himself. I could be wrong, but yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, Dennis. For those of you that don't know, Dennis runs the little Facebook group called Resin Supplies Den on Facebook. It's a UK group, but anyone can join, and it's a really friendly place to be. And it will be linked in the description box below. But these pins are just ideal, and I've never really thought about using them before. Poppies are obviously red. But you've got 2 types of moulds here. You've got poppies and another flower, and I believe the other flower is for Alzheimer's. So I'm going to try and do those in Alzheimer's colours too. I've got some red here from this little piggy. I will link that in the description box below. And the colour is maraschino. I do struggle with red, but this is a really vibrant, bright red. I've decided to colour some of the moulds in the mica first, before I pour anything behind it, because I want these pieces to be a vibrant red. With a shiny mould, it would be better to add the mica into the resin to get a really nice shiny finish, and this is a shiny mould. However, I'm going to be using opaque resin, and the opaque resin is white, so I've decided to colour the moulds instead to try and get this vibrant red coming through. And I can be very messy. Wonderful. But nothing a baby white won't fix. Now on this particular mould there is a pattern that I thought I would clear to put a different colour on, and then I decided no, it's going to stay red, that bit. The only bit that's going to change is the bit in the middle. For some reason I thought at this point that poppies had a yellow middle. Of course they don't, they have a black middle, but this isn't really a poppy mould, this is more of a flower mould, so I thought I'd go with a yellow middle. This is bright yellow mica, and it comes from a 36 pack of mica powders from Let's Resin. And it's really worth the money because there's so many different colours in there. Now this little mould is in 3 parts. So I've decided to use bright yellow, tangerine for the tiny part in the middle, clean off the centre of the flower, even though it's going to have the other part stuck on it, and do that as well, just in case. And then use the red from this little piggy to go in the backing. This is quite a simple technique really, and as long as you've got a nice coverage on your mould of the powder, it should come out really nice. Always blow off the excess away from you because the powder isn't nice if it goes up your nose. And a little bit of water or isopropyl alcohol on the cotton bud cleans off any area beautifully. So onto the poppy mould, and I'm going to colour half of them with the powder and the other half I'm going to put the powder in the resin. Again, very simple idea this. It can get any simpler really. And once they're all done, I'm going to clean off the middle, and this time I'm going to put the black in the middle. I just want to say a quick hello and welcome to all my new subscribers. I've had quite a few lately and I'd like to welcome you to the channel. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and to check out Toonpish.com. Toonpish.com has quite a bit on it now. It is a work in progress. There are plenty of things on there that might help you with your crafting. It's also a place where all my discount codes are and affiliate links. So if you're looking for one, it might help you. So these little moulds I believe are for Alzheimer's. In the UK, the Alzheimer's symbol is a blue flower with a yellow middle. And a lot of people are affected by Alzheimer's in one way or another. So I thought, yeah, let's go with a really beautiful blue. This colour is sky blue and is absolutely gorgeous. Really beautiful bright blue. Again, I'm going to use half this mould for the blue mica powder, and I'm going to give them a yellow centre, and the other half I'm going to leave them in a natural state with a yellow centre. As they're flowers, I just thought they would be really pretty with just a yellow centre. So I'm going to clean off the centre of these and then go over the top with a yellow mica powder. Again, I'm using the bright yellow from Let's Resin, and as I've cleaned off an area, I can go right over the top with the mica. It'll only cling to the mould where there's no mica powder already. So when you blow off the excess, it just leaves the yellow in the places where there wasn't anything. So here's a top tip for you. If you need mica to go in an area that is very specific and very delicate, you can mix mica powder with isopropyl alcohol or a high percentage alcohol, like 95% and above. You can use it then with a paintbrush and just put it in the area that you want. You kind of paint it on, although it doesn't spread like paint, you dab it on the area that you want. But when the alcohol evaporates, the mica powder sits exactly where you've put it. So I can do the top parts of these flower moulds in yellow and leave the underneath part exactly as it is, clear. I do have a more detailed video on this technique and I will link it in the top right hand corner. It's quite an old video and maybe I should do a more modern version, but it does come in handy on occasions when you have tiny details. Moving on to this little Timu flower, it's advertised as a chocolate or fondant mould. It's matte and very soft and flexible. And although there's different types of silicone, silicone is basically great for resin. So you can use candle moulds, you can use fondant or icing moulds, and they will work quite well, but most of them are matte. So you're going to get a matte finish. Well, as I'm colouring these moulds with mica anyway, that's what I'm going to get. So it's no big deal. So I decided to go with purple with this one, and this colour is called Dark Violet, and it is gorgeous. I couldn't do a video without purple in it somewhere. I just have to. You know what I'm like with purple. So this mould has a lot of flower petal folds, and if you take a cotton bud with some alcohol or water on it, you can just go over the top and take off those fold areas, and then you can change the colour and put a different colour over the top. So that's what I'm doing with this one. Again, it's a very simple technique, but it's handy to know. I'm then going over the top with bright yellow again. I just thought the yellow and purple would actually show each other off really well. I'm using a lot of bright colours in this video, and there is a reason for that, and I'm about to tell you why. I'm going to be using opaque white polyurethane resin from Let's Resin. It is extremely fast resin. There is a discount code on the screen. There's also one in the description box below, and it's also on the website toonpish.com, so don't forget to check that out. Polyurethane resin from Let's Resin cures within 20 minutes. You only have a 30-second stir time. It's opaque white, which means it will bring out bright colours. Now usually I go for black behind colours, but I use iridescent colours, ghost colours, I use foil, and I use chameleon pigments, which I really love. But when you're using really light colours, you need white behind it. And as this polyurethane resin cures white, it's the perfect thing to do with this, and it's so quick. I'm not filling these moulds up to the top. I'm only filling them 3/4 of a way, so that I can add the pins on the back and then top them up with the polyurethane resin once the pins are in. That will keep the pins in completely tight. I don't have to glue them, they are inside the resin. Another good thing with this polyurethane resin is it's like water, so it will run into all the details of the moulds that you're using. It does get very hot though, and I am wearing the mask because the fumes are going to be quite strong for a short amount of time. Only make up a tiny amount at once. That's my recommendation. If you're doing tiny moulds like this, you're not going to need much anyway. And then I'm going to put my colour in to try and make this white red. Now I've made up a tiny amount of resin and I've put a load of colour in. I'm not thinking about what I'm doing.
Ooh. I didn't want to do that, did I?
And the mica's just gone right over the edge. What am I like? I don't want to get the mica in something I've just poured, but accidents happen. So now I'm pouring the red colour. Bearing in mind this will lighten up because the opaque resin goes white and it will dull down the colours, but I've put so much colour in there I'm hoping it will stay red, but we'll see on that one. So after about 5 or 6 minutes I decided to add the pins. I did try one originally and I thought, yeah, I wanted to push them down slightly, but the resin was already too hard for that. But as I'm going to cover them in a very thin layer of the polyurethane resin afterwards, it's no big deal. I did want to make sure that there was enough sticking out that the clasp would fit on the back, but I'm sure I've left just a tiny bit of room. I didn't put a pin in the larger Temu one because the middle was sticking out and it just wouldn't work. But I used 2 of the pins for the top middle flower and the 3-piece flower, so I was too short for the little ones at the bottom, but that's fine. Now I'm just backfilling with the polyurethane resin. Again, I made up such a small amount. I'm just dripping it in and it runs where it needs to go. This first layer of resin had not fully cured, and I'm putting the second layer on top so that they can cure together, and I won't demould them until they're both cured. So I got on with other things I was doing, and about half an hour later I came back and they'd cooled down rather nicely. And first to demould is the centre flower, which I thought came out absolutely beautifully. The red Temu flower, gorgeous. And the 3-part mould that came from Dennis at Resin Supplies Den is just so sweet. I did over pour the little tiny piece in the middle, so I need to sand the back down before I stick it together. But I think that just is so adorable. As for the poppies, absolutely gorgeous. Very simple, very straightforward idea. And the red that I put in the resin came out practically the same colour as the red mica I coloured the resin mould with. The little Alzheimer's colouring of the flowers turned out so beautiful, and even the white with the yellow middle were just adorable little pins to have. And I just think this was a gorgeous set. Thank you so much, Dennis, for putting this set together. I didn't use some of the bits in the set, but I think it's an amazing idea. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this one. It's definitely something to think about for Remembrance Sunday and for other charities as well. I hope you've got something out of it, and I hope you've had fun. Come back and see me next week, because you never know what I'm going to be up to. I never know what I'm going to be up to. Have a great week. Happy crafting, and bye for now.